Deep in the jungles of Mexico, where the air hums with ancient whispers and the stones seem to breathe history, stands one of humanity's greatest mysteries, Chichen Itza, a city of gods, science, and shadow. Once the beating heart of the Maya civilization, it rose from the green wilderness as a masterpiece of architecture and astronomy. At its center stands El Castillo, the great Pyramid of Kukulcán, a monument so perfectly aligned with the stars that it turns sunlight into a living serpent. But behind its beauty lies something deeper, a world of rituals, power, and secrets carved into every stone. Who were the Maya? How did they build such wonders with only stone tools and the stars to guide them? And what do the shadows of Chichen Itza still try to tell us today? Join us as we uncover the brilliance and the mystery of the city that still listens to the sun and to the serpent that slithers through its light. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. What ancient civilization do you think understood the universe best? Long before the great cities of Europe rose from stone deep in the jungles of Central America, a civilization flourished, one that understood the stars, time, and the rhythm of the earth like no other. They were the Maya, astronomers, mathematicians, architects, and storytellers. Their cities stretched from modern-day Mexico to Guatemala and Honduras, connected not by empires of conquest, but by a shared vision of the universe. The Maya believed the world was alive, that every tree, river, and star carried a spirit. To them, the cosmos was not distant. It was woven into daily life. They charted the heavens with astonishing accuracy, predicting eclipses and solstices centuries in advance. Their cities were built as reflections of the sky, temples aligned with celestial movements, pyramids that marked the changing seasons, and plazas where sunlight itself became part of the ritual. At the height of their power, the Maya were a civilization of balance between man and nature, science and spirit, earth and sky. And among their greatest achievements stood one city that captured it all, a city of gods and shadows, built not just to touch the heavens, but to command them. That city was Chichen Itza. In the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula, surrounded by dense jungle and blazing heat, a new city began to rise. Its name would echo through time, Chichen Itza, meaning, at the mouth of the well of the Itza. The Maya chose this place not by chance. Beneath the earth lay deep natural wells called cenotes, sources of pure water in a land with no rivers. To them, these wells were sacred, portals to the spirit world. Around these cenotes, the Maya built temples, palaces, and observatories. They shaped their city with astonishing precision. Every structure aligned with the stars, every plaza designed to echo the movements of the sun and moon. Chichen Itza quickly became more than a city. It was a cosmic map, a place where heaven met earth. It was here that priests studied the sky, rulers guided their people through celestial wisdom, and pilgrims from distant lands came to witness its wonders. The city grew into a center of knowledge, faith, and power, a living laboratory where science and spirituality walked hand in hand. But among all its marvels, one structure stood above the rest, a pyramid that seemed to contain the secrets of the universe itself, a monument to the god of wind, light, and transformation. The Pyramid of Kukulcán. At the center of Chichen Itza stands a masterpiece, the Pyramid of Kukulcán, also known as El Castillo. From a distance, it looks like a simple pyramid, but look closer, and you'll see that it's a message written in stone. Each of its four sides has 91 steps, and when you count the top platform, you get 365, the exact number of days in a solar year. This was no coincidence. The Maya had turned architecture into astronomy. Twice a year, during the spring and autumn equinox, the sun creates a breathtaking illusion. As the light hits the pyramid, a shadow appears on the northern staircase, a serpent made of sunlight that seems to slither down the steps. This was the serpent god Kukulcán returning to earth, a moment that drew thousands of pilgrims in awe and reverence. The pyramid was also an instrument of sound. Clap your hands at its base, and the echo that returns mimics the cry of the sacred Quetzal bird, believed to be the voice of the gods themselves. Every stone, every angle, every pattern was carved with meaning. The pyramid was not just a temple, it was a cosmic clock, a calendar, and a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Even today, scientists and architects marvel at its precision. How could a civilization with no metal tools, no wheels, and no modern instruments create something so perfect? Perhaps, for the Maya, the answer was simple. They didn't just build with stone, they built with belief. In the ancient days of Chichen Itza, the city was alive with sound, drums, chants, and the echo of prayers rising into the sky. For the Maya, every sound, every color, every movement held sacred meaning. Their rituals were not acts of superstition. They were conversations with the universe. At dawn, priests stood atop the pyramid watching the sun climb over the jungle. They believed the light was divine energy, a living force that renewed the world each day. They offered songs, dances, and symbols to honor the gods of the sun, rain, and life itself. The great plazas of Chichen Itza were built to carry sound perfectly. The clap of a hand or the blow of a conch shell could travel across hundreds of meters. It was as if the city itself was designed to speak. One of the most fascinating sights was the Great Ball Court, the largest in Mesoamerica. Here, the echoes of bouncing rubber balls and the rhythm of ancient ceremonies once filled the air. The game was more than sport. It was a sacred ritual representing the eternal struggle between light and darkness. These rituals weren't just for the gods. They reminded the Maya that they were part of something greater, a living cycle that connected heaven, earth, and the underworld. Every sound that once echoed through Chichen Itza still seems to linger in the stones, as if the city remembers the prayers of its people. When the sun sets over Chichen Itza, the city changes. The same stones that gleam gold by day turn deep red and black by night, as if the earth itself remembers ancient secrets. For centuries, explorers, historians, and mystics have tried to understand how such a city could hold so much knowledge, and yet so much mystery. Beneath the Pyramid of Kukulcán lies something extraordinary, a hidden cenote, a natural well filled with deep, still water. To the Maya, this was a sacred gateway, a place of offering and connection between worlds. Scientists have found that the pyramid is built above 3 layers of these underground caverns, as if it was meant to link heaven, earth, and the depths below. There are also whispers of tunnels beneath the city, secret passages connecting temples and chambers still sealed by time. Some say the Maya built them as paths for the spirits. Others believe they were used to align the city with the stars themselves. And then, there are the carvings. Serpents, jaguars, eagles, symbols of transformation and power. Every image, every glyph seems to tell a story. Yet we still don't fully understand the language written in the stone. Chichen Itza is a city of light, but it's also a city of shadows, a place where faith met science, and where mystery became architecture. Even now, under the stars, it feels as if something ancient still watches, silent, patient, waiting to be understood. Centuries may have passed, but the spirit of Kukulcán, the feathered serpent, still glides across the pyramid each year, carried by sunlight and shadow. To the Maya, Kukulcán was more than a god. He was a teacher, a bringer of knowledge, the link between the heavens and humankind. And even now, his message remains, that wisdom, balance, and respect for the universe are the true paths to greatness. Chichen Itza stands not only as a ruin of the past, but as a living monument to human ingenuity. It reminds us that ancient people looked at the same stars we see today and saw not chaos but meaning. Modern scientists continue to study the pyramid's astronomical precision, its hidden chambers, and its mysterious acoustics. Artists and travelers still stand in awe beneath its steps, feeling the same wonder that generations before them once felt. The city has outlasted time, empires, and silence, and every sunset that paints its stones in gold and crimson seems to whisper the same truth. Civilizations rise and fall, but knowledge and the search for harmony never fade. Kukulcán's light still moves across the pyramid year after year, a reminder that even shadows can reveal the brightest truths. Chichen Itza is more than stone and shadow. It is a story written in light, a message from a civilization that looked to the stars and saw itself reflected in them. The Maya built more than a city. They built a question, one that still echoes through time. How much do we truly understand about the universe and about ourselves? Every stone of Chichen Itza carries an answer, whispered in silence, a reminder that knowledge and faith can coexist, that logic and mystery are not enemies, but parts of the same eternal design. Today, millions of people visit the Pyramid of Kukulcán, watching as the sunlight creates the serpent's descent once more. And for a moment, just like the Maya centuries ago, they stand in awe, witnesses to the dance between the earth and the sky. The shadows may move, the centuries may pass, but the voice of Chichen Itza remains, timeless, patient, eternal. If this journey through the ancient world inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more stories hidden in history, and tell us in the comments, what do you think the Maya were truly trying to tell us through Chichen Itza? Because history isn't only about what's gone, it's about what still speaks, if you know how to listen.